Miss Emma, I got some bones from the deer that we pretty much took all the meat off of. I was saving it for the dogs. There you go. Don't worry, Emma, I got one for you. You're welcome. Come on, you guys. Let's open up this other gate. It's like the wind shut it. Why y'all following me? They think I'm gonna feed them. We're gonna go ahead and open it up a little bit more. Come on, guys. Making a quick walk through of the sheep's barn. None of them are in here. We actually picked up 2 hay rounds yesterday that we got to bring in here. There's Seca. Did you enjoy your bone? When we loaded the container Tuesday, I left some tools over here that I need in my shop. Let's get this door shut. No kind of special lock, just something like that to keep it shut. Let's get this taken back to the shop. Nice and easy so they don't spill out. Get everything set back in place. Start working on some machines. Fire on these lights. Let's open up this door. It's a bit chilly, but it's not too bad. We're gonna let the sun shine in. Helps warm things up a bit. Emptied out that basket of tools I brought. These go in the toolbox. Last thing, I got these 2 hammers. They go in here. You can't have enough hammers. Got a couple other items in here, but let's get this taken into the shop. Toolbox goes here. Go ahead and get it opened up. We'll put these 2 tools back in here. I like keeping everything in order before I get started. Put the sensor box there. Let's get the last couple items out of the van. This is the heating element I swapped out in yesterday's service call. We're gonna feed it to the scrap pile. It's no good. We got this Samsung washer that belongs to somebody. I gotta check it out. I got the water lines hooked up, so what we're gonna do is turn it on, see what's going on. I'm really not sure. We'll put on a quick wash just to check. While that washer's going, I got this dryer here. It's mine. I already know what's going on with it. The child lock is broken, so we're gonna need to get that swapped out. Still too early to tell, but it's letting in water. It's agitating. The first test cycle is gonna be with no close, just to verify it's not leaking and that all the main functions are working. We'll get it tested with close if we see no issues. This dryer broken down. It's not in bad shape. We'll still go through, re-grease those wheels. Got the screws removed from the exhaust. Let's see if we can get it out of here. Not too dirty. Playing its little song, finished out its cycle. I don't see any leaks or any big problems, no error codes. The guy who dropped this off actually got it in a storage unit and he wasn't sure if it had a problem, so he wanted me to test it before he put it in his house. Now what I'm gonna do is take it inside, test it with some clothes. I always like to run the first test out here. That way if it leaks or anything like that, it's not a big problem getting the floor out here wet, but the concrete floor is a pain in the ass to clean up. Put a load of clothes in her. Seems to be doing its thing. We'll see what happens. Blowing all the big stuff out with the compressor before I take it inside and start fixing it up. Cleaned the body out, got the exhaust cleaned out. Let's start piecing it back together. Brought up another washer. This belongs to somebody as well. You can see there's some water in there. They say it doesn't want to spin or drain. Could be a bad pump or a clogged pump. I guess we'll find out. My dad made his way back. Looks like he got a couple riding mowers stacked up in here. That's one way to do it. Got one drum wheel and the belt tensioner removed. I just released the bolt for this other drum wheel. We're gonna get them cleaned up and taken care of first. This is re-greased. We'll put that back when we get ready to install the drum and belt. This one I got taken apart. Went ahead and wiped the shaft down. Cleaned the inside of the wheel. Last thing to do is re-grease it, put it back together, and get it reinstalled. It's moving nice and smooth. Got that washer put on the front. Just slides right into place. And now we got to put one screw here and the bolt back from the other side. Put that washer there. Hand tighten the bolt on. Take the ratchet. Make sure it's moving in the right direction. Slide tighten. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Got about 10 minutes left on this cycle. It's in the final spin. Seems to be working good. No issues, no error codes, no leaks. Just blew out the exhaust, got it cleaned up. Last thing to do with this dryer is gonna be replacing this child lock. You got 2 Phillips head screws there. I do have another child lock, so quick and easy. The old child lock removed. You can see, just moves around, doesn't do anything. This is the new one that I got. You can hear that click. What I also like to do is put a zip tie around the casing, because these things are only held together with manufacturer glue. Over time, they start to fall apart, and putting a zip tie around it ensures that it'll last longer. Just put the zip tie around, it's not in the way of anything. Cut the end off. Drum, slap back in there. Belt is connected, hooked up to the tensioner. I did go ahead and clean the carpet felt on the back side of the drum, as well as the carpet felt on the front end. Last thing to do is hook this thing up and screw it in place. Child lock is working good now. We're gonna leave the top end unhooked till we get it tested. Got all those wires connected. Unhooked the element, taking a look at it. It seems to be in pretty good shape. This blackening on the main plate here is not a big deal. It just happens after heating, but it's not cracking. So we're gonna reinstall it, hook it up and see how she works. We're gonna run it on a quick time dry. It's on high heat. I'm gonna run it without the lint tray for now. It's not gonna hurt nothing, just to make sure it works. Seems to be spinning nice and smooth. Getting the truck unloaded using the tractor makes it a lot easier. Less work on the back, more work on the tractor. I thought there were only 2. I didn't see the dryer. Threw out this auger bit. We're getting ready to load up this riding mower. Now that we got the truck unloaded, let's put the last bit of this stuff where it needs to go. This auger bit goes over here. We'll set it here for now, right next to the cherry picker, on top of the big bush hog. This is that last mower we just unloaded. They don't go to anything, but I've never seen a hood quite like this on a mower. Get these straps put back where they need to go. That way when we need them next time, they're ready. We need to get these hay bales moved before nightfall. We're gonna get one of them taken down to the sheep's barn, hopefully without falling out. Easy does it. Had to run back to my shop, grab a pair of pliers. Let's grab a couple pairs. Not sure what we're gonna need. Roll this hay bale in here. I've been pulling this string off that was left from the last hay roll that we had. We got a cattle pin wrapped around it. That way it doesn't roll anywhere. They can eat through the holes. It's not the highest quality hay in the world, but it'll do. It's better than nothing. 2 of these guys made their way in here. There's a couple more waiting outside. I know some of them are still grazing around the house. By nightfall, they'll all make their way back in here. And now they got something to munch on. I was wondering what was taking them so long. Looks like he's gonna hook up the trailer and get the next one taken down by the house with the trailer. Oakley, you don't listen worth a damn. Oakley, come here. Get your ass out the way. He's a good boy. Guess we're gonna try to flip it in here. Brute force style. They're not that heavy, they're pretty dry. So it made the job a lot easier. And we're off. I get a nice little ride on the trailer. Looks like they're all starting to gather around. There go the rest of the sheep eating on the hillside up there. So we're gonna put the hay bale in here, but first we gotta move this cage. This dog cage we used when this guy and his brother were puppies. Store this hay bale since the goats already have about a half another hay roll that they haven't really eaten. There we go. We got it set on this pallet here. We're gonna line it up a little bit better than this. Dog cage and igloo loaded on the trailer. Let's get it taken up to the house. All the sheep making making their way back to the house. They got quite the surprise in there with a brand new hay roll. Went ahead and got the gate shut to them. Let's grab this garbage. Let's get the trailer parked back under the shed, and that should close out another night. Another job complete.